Well, I'm well into the midst of this module, and I'm having some enjoyment, and I've had some frustrations, and it's been really interesting. But I thought it was really the time I ought to try to explain the logical approach I've been trying to make to working towards this module, because there has been a bit of a logic in it. Basically, the module for me seemed to be in two parts. Just the natural curiosity which started me off on this, and looking at what one could do to widen it to make it a little bit more academic on one side of the module. Basically, I would class myself as a performer. I love singing and collecting songs for all sorts of reasons. I love collecting the songs to find out why they were written, types of songs, did they have a reason to be written, or were they just some figment of imagination to sing, to just enjoy singing. So basically the song for me is the thing. I do like to accompany myself, and mostly I use a guitar or sometimes a banjo, rarely an auto harp, and I can knock out a tune on a harmonica, but of course you can't sing and play a harmonica at the same time. But it fascinates me. And how I really got into this idea was just doing stewarding at a folk festival last year. One of my jobs was to show people where an introduction to melodeon workshop was being held. And as I sat there outside the door, I was listening to the chords, and I was listening to the instructions, and somehow I was mentally playing in my mind those chords as they went along. Boom, jing, boom, jing, boom, jing. My mind was changing those chords. And then I almost felt that there was something of a harmonica in it, the blow and the suck, and the blow and the suck. And somehow that was registering in my mind. Well, when the workshop had finished, I went up to help clear up, and talking to the tutor, was explaining this. He looked down and he said, well, why don't you hire one of these? You can hire this melodeon for £15 a month, and you might enjoy it. And so that's how this module really started. So I'm going to keep, and I have been keeping, little photographic memories and sketches and just memories of my fun side, my as a person who does not read notation but just likes and feels music and the enjoyment of experimenting. So that's the side, that one side of it. Now the other side of it, being an academic exercise, was to find out perhaps a little bit of who were playing these instruments. Did these instruments ever be played on board old sailing ships? Because we do have this image of an old forecastle sort of sailor, either with a concertina or, as I now find out, a melodeon. I didn't know anything really about melodeons. Concertina, sometimes accordions, playing these old songs with them, and they were rather romantic and very sort of drawn and very slow, very gentle. And I enjoyed. There's still people out there on the circuit playing them, and they're just different. And when you want to widen your repertoire, widen your instruments, it was worth a try. But were they really used as much as people seem to seem? And so I've been having a sweep round, looking at through books, looking for the good old YouTube, looking at the internet, and getting into forums of people such as ModPlan, people that are interested and who play, asking them, any guidance to where these, have you actually got much evidence of who and what, how these melodeons were played? And that's really an overview of this module.